What is it? So you probably can hear me, Kevin. I turned the voice off here, so it was feedbacking. So uh, you just use these URLs down here, like the RMPP // blah, blah, blah. That's the login for Idaho's Blind Live Streaming. The other one is the Live API Facebook. So that must be it. I'll see if I can bring that up. Maybe I'll just try it on the next on that web page. Let's see if I can see it. It did come up a lot easier. I don't know what the difference is on the other one. Whoops. You are live on YouTube and Facebook. I'm not sure if I see you or not. You might check your phone to see how the camera is working. Says the audio sounds good. This is on YouTube and Fox, or on YouTube and Facebook. So you can use different servers. You got West for Seattle, you got East for Miami, East for New York, and East for Chicago. Well, West is our better one. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know how you could find this stuff. Sure appreciate it.
Because of the bird flu epidemic. At the same time, China's been buying up 200,000 acres at least of U.S. farmland. We're not saying all these things are connected, but we're saying their effect is the same. Threat to our food supply. What is going on? This colony is a radio show hosted in the city of Washington, D.C. Or you have Vince, thanks for coming on. Look, I'm not making any claims about
Get this URL.
What do you think? Sure. Well, it's the kind of thing that a lot of Americans are noticing. They're wondering to themselves, why is it that upwards of at least 20, 21 public pieces of public reporting indicate that these food processing facilities have been disabled in the last year? And what stories don't we know? This is the obligation of the Biden administration to answer. So a couple of questions I would put forward to Joe Biden, and of course, hopefully Vladimir Putin. But the real answers involve something domestic. So how many of these events have occurred? How much of the nation's food supply depends on the plants that were disabled? How much has this increased the cost of the food products that you're buying inside of your supermarket? Is Joe Biden himself even aware of this? And these are legitimate questions. Now, normally when it comes to food processing in the United States, there are two agencies that are responsible for overseeing this: USDA and FDA. Now, USDA's case, they've noted this avian bird flu as a result of the destruction, the deaths of upwards of 30 million birds in the nation's food supply. But the FDA, Politico just reported within these last weeks that former commissioners are concerned that they've completely abandoned the food component to the Yet the drug side is where all of the resources are, it's where all of the attention is, it's where all the money is, and it's all in pushing the vaccines into people's arms, which means they're so obsessed with drugs, they've abandoned their food operations in the United States. The nation's food supply becomes imperiled by those actions. So whatever is happening here, they're negligent. I think they've done enough to price the share price. Let's move on to the effective population. I would say it's such a great point. We appreciate the concept. It's fun. Thank you. Thanks. So people at CNN still seem baffled. They don't understand why their streaming service, CNN Plus, failed despite hundreds of millions of dollars. But they even hired my Walls' son. But how? They don't know. What is up from a CNN anchor who noticed this too and had some idea why CNN Plus didn't make it?
On a day without migraine, my whole body feels serene. Because my eyes don't shy from the light, my head doesn't pound, and my stomach isn't nauseous.
It's time for migraine prevention delivered differently through an IV infusion. It's time for Vyepti, a preventive treatment for migraine in adults. Vyepti is designed to start working fast and to last with a 30-minute IV infusion 4 times a year, delivering 100% of the medication directly into your bloodstream. The power of a Vyepti infusion can help to reduce monthly migraine days. Some have fewer migraine days with the very first treatment. Don't take if allergic to Vyepti. Common side effects are allergic reactions, stuffy nose, and scratchy throat. Allergic reactions include rash, swelling, trouble breathing, hives, and redness of the face. Choose to infuse with migraine prevention delivered differently. Talk to a neurologist or migraine specialist about Vyepti. Learn how you can save. Do you have a life insurance policy you no longer need? Now you can sell your policy, even a term policy, for an immediate cash payment. Call Coventry Direct to learn more.
We thought we had planned carefully for our retirement.
But we quickly realized we needed a way to supplement our income.
Our friends sold their policy to help pay their medical bills. And it got me thinking, maybe selling our policy could help with our retirement.
I see. So I did some research and called Coventry Direct. They explained life insurance is a valuable asset that can be sold.
We learned we could sell all of our policy or keep part of it with no future payments. Who knew? We sold our policy. Now we can relax and enjoy our retirement as we had planned.
If you have $100,000 or more of life insurance, you may qualify to sell your policy. Don't cancel or let your policy lapse without finding out what it's worth. Visit CoventryDirect.com to find out if your policy qualifies. Or call 1-800-983-6200. Coventry Direct, redefining insurance.
Better hearing leads to a better life, and that better life starts at Miracle Ear. It all begins with the most innovative technology, like the new Miracle Ear Mini, available exclusively at Miracle Ear. It's so small, no one will see it, but you'll notice the difference. And now, Miracle Ear is offering a 30-day risk-free trial. You can experience better hearing with no obligation. Call 1-800-MIRACLE right now and experience a better life.
This past year, we've all let ourselves go a little. But now it's time for everyone to step up their game. With Wolf and Shepherd. Wolf and Shepherd's great with full-grain Italian leather and classic style. They're my go-to shoes with how they feel. Light, super comfortable. Okay, guys, let's get to work. It's Fox Mondays to the rescue.
What do you think about what life would be like if you made different choices?
Okay, guys, I know you sat down, but go back and get your juice cup real quick. And when you come in, just make it a habit when you come in first.
Rescue is 3 years up.
Being a hero is not the same. It's a carry on after loss. 911, followed by 911 Lone Star, Monday on Fox.
Saturday, it's a huge day of USFL action. First, at noon on Fox. Kyle Orlando.
Service to grab your juice cup when you get back there.
Wyatt Scott and the Philadelphia Stars. Then on Fox, Birmingham Stallions go head-to-head against the Houston Gamblers. The USFL, Saturday on Fox. Let's take a little test together. Which looks better? This or this?
Hey man, how are you?
This or this?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Seems clear to me. Saving cash beats spending it unwisely every time. Which is why you'll love this offer from America's Best. Buy 2 pairs of glasses for just $69.95 and they'll throw in an eye exam for free. It's a savings of at least $50. That's not just a bet.
Why interpreters want this instant translator device banned in the U.S.? This real-time translator device is taking the world by storm. It can translate any language instantly.
Excuse me, do you have a second? I have something amazing. I can.
For a limited time. This important gift will help kids learn why socialism is bad for America and how they can help fight back. It's part of a new gift bundle that includes a free magazine and video lesson too. To learn more, just visit kidsfightsocialism.com. That's kidsfightsocialism.com.
CNN announced this week it was killing its very well hyped streaming service CNN Plus. Almost no other news organizations covered the end of CNN Plus, or the beginning of it, promising moments, lasted about a week. But at this point, a lot are wondering, like, who thought this was a good idea? So CNN anchors liked it, of course, they got more airtime. McKinsey consultants liked it, they were paid to like it, but everyone else thought this is stupid, and it was. In the end, after CNN spent reportedly $300 million, only about 10,000 people watched CNN Plus at any given time. Today, CNN's in-house unit thanked everyone.
I'm going rogue for just a moment. I just got to say this. I got to say thank you to all the subscribers and supporters of this service of CNN Plus. This is a worthy venture. This is an outstanding experiment. Let me try out a theory on you now, which is it's too early to know if this product, if this service was a success or a failure, right? Yeah, you got all the haters today saying this thing was a failure. I don't know if we can even ever assess that because it just simply didn't have enough time because of the management's change in direction.
So we spent $300 million, it lasted for 3 weeks, but we're not really sure. Was that a success or a failure? Hard to know. What is going on inside CNN? Well, we want to talk to someone who used to work there. Our old friend Rick Sanchez is a former CNN anchor and a longtime veteran of this business, the news business. He's now CEO of Idaho, who joins us tonight. Rick, thanks so much for coming on. What do you think happened here?
Well, it's pretty obvious. I mean, it's probably the worst new media launch in the history of new media. Essentially, they tried to put lipstick on a pig, and you just can't do that. You can't tell people you're going to do something new, Tucker, and really all you do is you tell Anderson Cooper to take off his tie and tell Don Lemon to wear jeans. That's not new media. That's not. Here's what people want, Tucker. I think you know this, especially when it comes to new media. They want content. They want something that is a new idea, information they don't have. Young people today, who are the consumers of new media, are less interested in personalities. Like you hire some guy named Chris Wallace from Fox News. Great guy, great journalist, but they don't care. What they want is information. The other thing they screwed up on is Latinos. You know they did all of these promos all over the place. There's not one single Latino. Latinos are 20% of the population of the United States. They also happen to skew young. I mean, the common age of a Latino is 11. The common age of a white Anglo-Saxon European American is 58. Don't you think they'd be smart enough if they're doing new media to put a couple Latinos in the promo? I mean, it was just really
seemed like it was everyone. So the people who conceived of this project hired people who were exactly like them, had exactly the same views as they did. It seemed like if you let any parents in the room, is going to have gone off exactly the same.
You know, you just said something that's fascinating. And I think this has to
If
do
you
with
let any parents in the room, is going to have
in a roundabout way. What's interesting about CNN is they're doing essentially the kind of movies that we were seeing in the 50s and 60s. They're giving you a lot of stuff these days because they're not questions about what's going on. They're the one on the air today, and essentially trying to put most young people, again, we're talking about the media, we're not talking about the news. We're talking about people between the ages of 18 and maybe 36. Those people don't want World War III. So the messaging, again, at CNN conflicts with what the desires are of people who are looking for new media. In fact, in this case, in the Ukraine case, you're a hell of a lot closer to it than what they're reporting.
Most things that there's a lot of people over there. But you know, for whatever reason, I think there's definitely Rick Sanchez, great to see you. Thank you. So Sweden famously is a tranquil country with vast welfare state. Things like healthcare, pensions, everywhere. That model doesn't work anymore. Why? Because of mass immigration. Sweden accepted hundreds of thousands of migrants in recent years and done not so much to integrate them into society while they're not working. So now Sweden, again the most peaceful country in the world, is being split by violence. Recently, a Danish politician organized an event to burn a Quran. In response to this, there were riots across the country. Right, not arguments, but people started burning things. This is what Sweden looked like on Sunday. Okay, so that's not a debate over theology. That's a riot. At least 40 people have been injured so far in Sweden. The country is locked down in a lot of places. Okay, so Idaho Vladimirbrook is a legal philosopher who's spent a lot of her life in the Thanks so much for coming on. So it's just so striking to see a country like Sweden that the rest of predictability.
Right, well, what you're seeing here is just a perfect example how one safe country like Sweden has turned into a very dangerous country as a direct result of mass migration. Because let's be real here for a second, even though, yes, in this particular case, there was a direct event that led up to it, which was the Quran burning. But this is not something that is new to Sweden. These riots happen very often. There are dozens of areas in Sweden, all over Sweden, where the police virtually lost all control. And that was with or without Quran burnings. And there's a very simple reason for that. I mean, these areas where people live, probably up to 80% of the people there come from radically different cultures. First and foremost, Africa and the Middle East. And so people coming from these radically different cultures have very little respect for Swedish culture, very little respect for the West in general. And, you know, I'm wondering at this point, can we even blame them for that? Because how many people within the West even respect themselves? How many of us really still know what we are about and what we stand for? I feel like nowadays the only thing that we stand for is like transitioning our kids and posting Ukrainian flags in our bio and social media. So I'm wondering, you know, what can we blame them for at this point?
Well, that's a totally fair point.
A lot of things about these people.
Well, so maybe one of the things we could defend is the idea that violence is not acceptable in political discourse. I'm against burning Qurans because I think it's rude, but that's very different from burning buildings, no?
Absolutely. I mean, the message here is very clear. You burn our Quran, we burn your cities. And that is something that's obviously very different from how we handle things here in the West. And that's where I blame the liberal left-wing elites who've allowed all of this to happen, because they know that. They have allowed these people to come into our countries with fast numbers. And they knew that this is going to happen because this is all part of their plan to destroy our social fabric and to destroy our identity and our societies. And mass migration is just a very good means to an end in this case. And as you've seen, they're very successful at it.
It's not compassionate. Eva, Vladimirbrook, we appreciate your coming on tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
So Stacey Abrams is running for office again, but she's still churning out porn novels. We've got a copy. Don't ask us how we got it, but our producers could not resist flicking through it. We'll share some of the most steamy passages.
When his arms closed around her, she slipped hers around his neck and dove. Tongue, lips, teeth met and mated. A frenzied kiss that shot sparks along heated skin.
Yeah, I don't need that garbage on there.
See what everybody's seeing, asking myself what the hell is going on.
In 2020, Los Angeles County voters elected a lunatic as the county's top prosecutor.
If you want to really see what a parasite looks like, don't look farther than George Gessler.
He's deliberately unleashed the most violent criminals in our midst. Turned Los Angeles into a third world war zone.
Our neighborhood is turning into Gotham City.
People are so pissed off about what's going on. When he said he's not going to prosecute theft, he's legalizing theft.
We've had gang members committing murders. They'll be released by the time they're 25, no matter what.
This is Los Angeles under George Gascon. You do the crime, you will not do the time. People who break the law are celebrated.
Tucker Carlson Originals, The Suicide of Los Angeles. Streaming now on Fox Nation. Sign up at foxnation.com.
I'm Mike Huckabee, former governor of Arkansas and 2016 presidential candidate. Like many of you, I've struggled to get a good night's sleep for most of my adult life. I wasted at least 2 hours a day of my life tossing and turning, trying to shut my mind down. Until about 2 years ago, that's when I saw an ad on TV for Relaxium Sleep. I decided to order it, and it literally changed my life. Developed by renowned neurologist and sleep expert Dr. Eric Silverberg, Relaxium Sleep is clinically proven to help you fall asleep, stay asleep, and wake up refreshed. Relaxium's exclusive triple action formula addresses 3 key factors that contribute to insomnia. I like that it's non-habit formula. It's made in the USA. There's simply nothing else like it. Relaxium Sleep comes with a 100% money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. In fact, they're so confident it'll work for you, they're giving away 1,000 bottles today. With Relaxium Sleep, I fall asleep as soon as my head hits the pillow. In the morning, my mind is sharp, and I've got energy that I enjoyed when I was younger. Both my wife and I have been paying customers of Relaxium Sleep for over 2 years now. And I know once you've experienced the amazing difference it can make in your life, you will be too. I trust my night to Relaxium Sleep, and so should you. Try Relaxium Sleep risk-free for 30 days. Use the promo code on your screen for free expedited shipping.
Call 800-417-3773 or visit tryrelaxium.com. That's 800-417-3773 or visit tryrelaxium.com. Fall asleep, stay asleep, wake refreshed with clinically proven Relaxium Sleep. Act now. You'll be glad you did.
When you can't watch, listen. Get the latest news, business, and news headlines on SiriusXM. Anytime, anywhere. Fox News Audio on SiriusXM. America is listening. Brian Kilmeade, Dan Bongino, Lawrence Jones, breaking down America's biggest issues. Don't miss our weekend primetime lineup, Saturday.
Keep your mouth shut for week 5.
Turn off your water. Well, you just stand around and want to ask me some questions.
Why risk your husband?
I'm Mike Huckabee, former governor of Arkansas and 2016 presidential candidate. Like many of you, I've struggled to get a good night's sleep until about 2 years ago. That's when I saw an ad on TV for Relaxium Sleep, and it has literally changed my life. Developed by renowned neurologist Dr. Eric Silverberg, Relaxium Sleep is clinically proven to help you fall asleep, stay asleep, and wake up refreshed. Relaxium's triple action formula addresses 3 key factors that contribute to insomnia. With Relaxium Sleep, I fall asleep as soon as my head hits the pillow. I find I've got more energy and focus. They're so confident it'll work for you, they're giving away 1,000 bottles today. Call or log on right now and try Relaxium Sleep risk-free for 30 days. Use the promo code on your screen for free expedited shipping. Call 800-294-4156 or visit tryrelaxium.com.
Well, it's time for our Stacey Abrams pornography read. Why tonight? Well, it's Friday. Stacey Abrams is running for office. But is there ever a bad time to read softcore porn